Okay, first thing I do when I'm making tortillas is I cover my press. I have a cast iron press. I don't like the aluminums. They're not heavy enough. And I cover that with a piece of wrap. Try and get as many wrinkles as you can out, because those wrinkles will go into the dough and possibly crack your tortilla after it's baked. I use stretch tape because it does not contain any corn, for those of you with issues with corn and sensitivity to corn. Okay. Usually I do that in 1 second flat. Doing it for a video is taking forever. Okay, so there's that, and we're all set. I have the flour mix, 2 cups of Celeste Best, a mixture of the white rice flour and the sweet rice flour that's going in the mixing bowl. And then I have my salt, my sugar, and my cognac powder. That's going in there. Roll in. Give it a quick whisk. Okay. Oops. Okay, it's in the mixing bowl. And I'm going to put it on 2. And in my measuring cup, I have the 1/4 cup of oil and the 3/4 cup of water. Now, we're going to pour this in. Now when it gets to this point, you can move it up to about a 4. Now you can already tell it's not coming together. Do you see that? It's coming together slightly, but not enough. That tells you it's not moist enough. So I'm going to shut this off a second. Just keep that there. And I'm going to add a couple more tablespoons of water. 4 tablespoons of water is a 1/4 cup. I'm going to put about half of that in, because I'm going to show you the difference. Okay? Now you see it's coming together, and it's gotten all the bottom out. There's no flour at the bottom. There's no crumbs at the bottom. Looks pretty good. Okay? And you see that? It's just a little bit sticky. That's actually pretty close to perfect. I think I would put just a touch more water in, because as you're working with it, it's going to dry out. But see that? That's how you want it. Trying to find different ways to explain the exact right consistency for it so you get it. Okay? So when you press into it, it doesn't crack. So we're going to take this now and just remove it from the beater blade. Put a touch more water. Not overdo it. Not overdo it by any means. Just maybe a tablespoon. So like I said, even though this is a pretty good consistency, I'm going to add a little bit more water just to get it to that almost a little bit more sticky stage. I left about probably a tablespoon in there. Okay? One more time on a 4. Let's go up. Okay. Now you notice it's a little bit more sticky, and that's perfect. You don't want it like wet water around the bowl or anything like that. You just want it a little more sticky. Now let's look at it. Look at that. It kind of similar to frosting, white frosting. That's the look you're going for. And you're going to say, Celeste, that's too sticky. That's not going to work. But I'm going to show you something. I take the dough, and it's actually perfect. I'm going to take the dough and start to make some of the balls. And at this point, right about here is when I turn on my griddle and start getting it hot. You may need to wait, but I like a hot griddle. The first couple times you make it, the griddle's on medium heat. You may have to wait a little bit until you get very good at quickly forming the balls, but I'm at the point where I know how much time it takes me to form them, and so I know when to turn the griddle on. Okay, got a couple more. So it's just a quick roll, kind of kneading it, compressing it, so it's all one uniform ball of dough. Try to keep them all about the same size if you can. Sometimes if your dough is very sticky, if you did put too much water in, you're going to knead all of them, do it one time, and then come back and knead them again, and all the stickiness should be gone. Okay. One other thing I do at this point is I place a wet paper towel on top. I don't want it too wet, just nice so it keeps it, and rinse your hands off. And sometimes if your dough is sticky, you may have to rinse your hands in the middle. Okay, so I have my press ready. I have my towel ready to keep the tortillas when they come out. And we're set as soon as the griddle is ready. Okay, I'm going to show you how to press them. Got two at, let's see. But now, look at that. Can you really get an idea of what that should look like? There's nothing dry about this. What you don't want to do is put a ball of dough that's too wet or sticky, because then it's going to stick to this and it'll be a little harder to get out. So you might want to just roll them for 1 sec. Again, if your towel was too wet like mine. Okay. Put it right about there. And press down. And then you're going to stick your finger under there. And what you're trying to do, of course, you know, when you're making it for people, it never comes out quite right. Okay. All right. This one got a little thin there. Don't pay any attention to that. Okay. All right. And then when you're ready, see, it comes right up and you can hold it. And then it gets placed right into the pan. And try and get some wrinkles out. There we go. And that's normally how it comes up. Okay. And the other one I put diagonally. Ooh. Okay, and in they go. Now we're going to wait, and usually takes about 2 minutes. And you're going to see some changes. While they're in there, I press my next one. And that one's ready to go. Because you just wait. Okay? And then you can knead, like this one, way too much. Trying to do it quick. Okay, and you could just knead these up and have them ready. If they're too wet, don't even put them back underneath there. I unfortunately wet that way too much just now. But that's really all it takes. See, and then it's no longer wet, it all gets kind of absorbed in there. Okay. just leave these three under there. Now let's look back at this. And you're going to start to see this happening. It's a little bubble. Here's another one. That's what you're waiting for. These are not bubbles. This is where it's kind of warped up. And as soon as we get a few more, that's how we know to turn it. Another way you know when to turn it is your edges will start to curve up. They're all going to start to curve up a bit. This one's starting a little bit, but you could see the different differences to them. We'll show you. See, up, see? Try to get them before they crack. And see, we got the colors, and that's what we're looking for. Okay. I don't press them down just yet. Let it cook for a few minutes on this side. All right. It's been a minute. We paused the camera, and it's starting to puff up just a little. That's exactly what you want to happen. Even this one. Now, you're going to flip it over, and see, they're soft. You're going to have a crack because sometimes where your wrap, and it seems to be more so on the first couple that you do. Don't worry, it's going to, and there it goes, puffs up. We'll flip this one. Nice, look at that one. They puff up. Give it one more second, 2 more seconds. That's it, done. Take your tortillas and you put them right underneath here. That's it. That's it. Okay, let's do another. You have that one that you made before, and sometimes we'll do that. No big deal. Take it. Okay. Grab another. Again, always just do a quick knead. Gets rid of some stickiness. Oops. Gotcha. And making them, getting them to the right thickness, all of that will come with time. You'll get better and better each time you make it. I've been doing this for a long time. When I don't have to make everything so pretty and nice, you know, I boom, 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 boom. That's how I do them. So you'll get better and better at this too. Don't worry. Don't worry. And I mean that. And you'll love the taste so much that you'll want to get better. Ken, we're looking for the bubbles to start forming. And that means it's getting brown on the bottom. If you ever are forming bubbles too quickly and you're not getting a nice coloring on the other side, your temperature's a little too high. Because you really want these to cook just slightly and then flip them over. Because you don't want the cracking so much, because then that can lead to holes in the tortillas. So see, we're starting to get some, getting ready, but we don't have that nice curving up on the outside yet. So I'm talking about this edge will cook first and start to curl up as we're starting to get some bubbles forming. There, see? See one right there? Getting there. Oh, and I'm starting to see a lot here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope that picks up, or hope the camera picks that up. Let's see how. I don't know if this one's quite done. It seems not quite done. Well, we'll flip this one so you could say, oh, that's nice. Very nice. Oops, here's this one done. Remember too, there's 3 different kinds you can make. This basic one, the protein that has the ivory teff and the quinoa flour in it. And you could also throw chia in there if you want for even more protein. And then there's the spinach tortillas, which we haven't made in a long time, which are excellent. So again, what do you start seeing? Puffiness. Starting to puff up. It's great. Okay, give it one more second. Depends how much color you like on them too. But remember, they're also going to continue cooking when you throw them into the towel because the steam is going to continue to cook them. Oh, perfect. Look at that color. See that? Okay. Put your spatula on it. Just shake back and forth a little. There you go. Perfect, perfect. Nice one, too. Perfect. And there you go. When you're done, leave them in here for about 5 minutes after the last one, or what we always do is we just take it and flip it over. And then that way when we start to use them, we're using the ones on the bottom first. This one you could tell it still needs to steam. You could, if it's not curling, it still needs a few minutes to steam, okay? So turn that back for a minute. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and let me know how it works out for you too. All right, bye-bye. Here's one of the first tortillas that we made. You can see it curves, it bends. That's what the steaming does. That's what you're able to do with the steaming, and that's what it will look like when it's all done. And fill it with whatever you like and enjoy.